Hey guys, how's it going? We got Dance here again. Sorry, I was in the wrong room there. I'm just gonna go to the Guardians right away here. Continue on with our showcases. Did Mr. Incredible last, right? So our next one is Mulan. Alright. So, Mulan. Not my favorite melee. She's got okay abilities. They're decent for AoE. But there's better melees out there, so she's definitely middle class if you ask me. So her basic attacks can hit all enemies in a wide arc in front of her. This is probably her best thing. She's got good AoE, right? So if she's got no defense buffs, her heavy attacks grant 30% defense for 6 seconds. So the best thing you want to do is you want to hit someone with a heavy, get your defense, and then you can go to town for a little bit, right? So because you're not going to take a lot of damage, right? Your ancestral swords is very weak. It's not my favorite. 180 per second for 5 seconds. So it does boost up to all enemies within the range, right? But they got to be in the range for the whole 5 seconds. Does that make sense? As she moves around, whatever's in her range will take damage. So most of the time you're only going to hit about maybe 400, maybe 500 if you're lucky. You're not going to get the full 5 seconds damage to all these guys all at once. So that's the worst part about it. It's not full damage, it's based on how close proximity you are to her, right? So whenever she activates her special, she gets 10% armor. So she's a self-armoring melee hero that way. But like I said, it's not a lot of stats. Like you can see her defense is up there, but she's middle class at best, right? One thing I don't like about Mulan is just how spongy she feels to me. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's a big thing, right? So, but the extra armor does help a little bit too, right? So, let's see. I'm gonna keep going on with her. I forgot. There's stats for her that you can boost and stuff like that. Or we got talents. Here we go. Imperial training. So that's her attack. Armor, of course, for defense. Tempered blades. So Mulan hits multiple enemies with the basic. She gets 5% attack for 10 seconds. So she cannot receive a new one until the old one expires. So she'll get a 5% attack buff, then it expires, then she can get another one, then that one has to expire, right? So the protection, again, same story, she'll get defense buffs. So she's like a mini Herc in its own way, right? You know what I mean? So sharpens blades. She's got a 10% chance to inflict wounds, so she's got like a little bit of a hybrid with Scar idea to keep wounding, and it will do 50% damage every second for 3 seconds, but it's a short wound, right? So her specials are increased by 1 second, so instead of 5 seconds, it would have been 6 seconds. So with the Emperor's Crest, that can actually get going a little bit better, so you can have a good ability going on with her, right? But like I said, she's not one of my favorites, so I don't have any of her abilities really boosted. I only did it just to get to her milestone of, level 20 in basic talents. Like, I'm going slow with her. She's not my main character I'm whipping on, right? So, teach their own, though. Teach their own. I'm not saying she's awful, but she's definitely not there for me, right? And like I said, my biggest problem with her is I feel she is super spongy at her power level and everything like that, right? So, nonetheless, we're gonna do a showcase on her and show her talent and her abilities and basically her ultimate ability and everything like that too, right? So, we'll throw her with a healer. She's gonna need one. She's gonna need one bad. Let's give her. I'll go with that one. That'll work good for me. Sparrow and Mulan. Get some focus, give her some crits, see if that helps a little bit. I don't think so, though. Big thing I want to do is just show her arc with her main attack and how much AoE it has. And you'll see. got some good speed, but like I said, the arc is a decent AoE radius. Right? So she can prove to be okay, but I find she's spongy. So I didn't really level her up that much for that reason. And I find she's slow. She's quite a bit slower compared to other heroes out there. But this is her ultimate. You can see, very weak. What's that? Maybe 1,000, 1,500 damage, maybe, if you're lucky. Wasn't a whole lot. But that's what it is. Just a bunch of swords that swing around and just hit. Well, there goes her armor now. Do it again. See? And even if she gets knocked over, her swords will still do damage, right? So she's not the greatest, like I said, but she can be viable. She will take time to get DPS up there, so she's not the heaviest hitter. She's not the fastest hitter. She's not, you know, the best overall melee, but if she's all you got, hey, she'll do something at least. And the biggest thing you want to do is buff her up, get her some defense and attack buffing, and then use your ability, and then hopefully you can get it up to maybe 3,000, you know, or whatever in that sense as you get her leveled up more. I've seen some guys out there with some Astrals of Mulan, and they seem to hold pretty well, but like I said, she's not my favorite melee, so sorry to put her lower on my tier list, but that's the way it is in my life, right? So I have my favorites, and she's not one of them, all right? So there you have it, guys. To each their own. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a good night. Bye-bye.